Could a mystical mountain in Northern California be hiding the last remains of an ancient lost civilization? For centuries, Mount Shasta has captivated minds with its spiritual power and unexplained mysteries. But could it actually be the final remnant of Lemuria? Let's uncover the truth behind the myth. Is Mount Shasta the last remnant of the Lemuria? This question has fascinated people for centuries, blending science, spirituality, and mystery in this video. We'll explore this intriguing idea, diving into the history of Lemuria, the allure of Mount Shasta, and whether there's any truth to the belief that Mount Shasta could be the last piece of an ancient lost civilization. Mount Shasta is no ordinary mountain. It stands tall in Northern California, often shrouded in clouds, with a sense of mystery that attracts thousands of visitors each year, from its unique geological makeup to the stories surrounding it. Many believe that Mount Shasta is a sacred site, even a portal to other worlds, but some also claim that it's much more. Could this mountain be the last remaining piece of Lemuria, an ancient continent that supposedly sank beneath the Pacific Ocean? In this video, we'll examine the connection between Mount Shasta and Lemuria, look at the myths surrounding both, and analyze whether there's any evidence supporting these fascinating claims. So stay with us as we uncover the mystery of Mount Shasta and the Lemuria, and maybe even challenge some of your beliefs along the way. Lemuria is a name that has captured the imagination of many. The idea of a lost ancient civilization that existed long before modern history. The concept of Lemuria originated in the 19th century, when scientists and researchers proposed the theory of a sunken continent. It was believed to have once existed in the Pacific or Indian Ocean. Some suggested it might explain the presence of similar animals and plants across distant regions. Lemuria became widely known through the works of theosophists like Helena, who claimed that Lemurians were an advanced race of beings, spiritual and intellectually advanced, who eventually disappeared due to a great catastrophe. This was not just an academic theory, but became part of the mystical and spiritual narrative that blended science with myth. Many early explorers and writers fascinated by the unknown incorporated Lemuria into their works, often describing it as a land of wisdom, harmony, and mystery. However, Lemuria was not just confined to scholarly discussions. Its presence permeated spiritual circles and even influenced New Age beliefs. Many people today believe that the ancient Lemurians didn't vanish completely. Some think they may have retreated to hidden realms or ascended to a higher state of existence, while others claim that their knowledge and wisdom are still accessible through meditation or spiritual practices. One of the main beliefs surrounding Lemuria is that its people were incredibly advanced spiritually. Many think they had access to profound esoteric knowledge, especially related to energy consciousness and healing. Despite its mystical allure, the scientific community does not support the idea of Lemuria. Modern geological theories, such as plate tectonics, explain that continents drift over time, and the idea of a vast sunken continent is not supported by evidence. Some argue that the idea of Lemuria arose from the gaps in early scientific understanding, perhaps trying to fill in the blanks left by unexplained similarities between species across the globe. But the myth of Lemuria continues to be popular in certain circles. It has transformed into more than just a scientific theory. It has become a symbol of a lost world, a place that once thrived with wisdom, and now exists only in the hearts and minds of those who believe in its legacy. In essence, Lemuria remains a fascinating enigma, blending elements of fact, fiction, and imagination, with countless theories attempting to place it somewhere between reality and myth. But as we'll see later, the connection between the Lemuria and Mount Shasta adds another layer of intrigue, blurring the lines between history, legend, and the unknown. Mount Shasta is not just a regular mountain. It stands as one of the most iconic peaks in the United States, reaching over 14,000 feet. Its towering presence looms over the surrounding landscape, making it one of the most recognized volcanic mountains in the world, with its snow-capped summit and majestic slopes. Mount Shasta has captured the attention of explorers, adventurers, and spiritual seekers alike. For centuries, the mountain has been a focal point of various myths and legends, particularly in Native American cultures. The Winter tribe, indigenous to the area, considers Mount Shasta a sacred site, referring to it as the center of the world in their beliefs. The mountain is a spiritual place where the earth and the heavens meet, a realm of transformation and healing. In modern times, Mount Shasta has become a hotspot for those seeking spiritual awakening, energy, healing, and a deeper connection to the earth. Many believe that the mountain holds powerful mystical energies. Some even claim that Mount Shasta is a portal to other dimensions or worlds, a place where you can connect with higher beings, or the consciousness of the universe. These beliefs have attracted a steady stream of visitors from around the world, all hoping to experience the mountain's transformative power. Some claim to have had profound spiritual experiences ranging from encounters with extraterrestrial beings to mystical visions. The idea of Mount Shasta as a place of mystical significance is not just limited to New Age beliefs. It has deep roots in ancient traditions. For example, many cultures around the world have long believed that sacred mountains are places where the gods dwell. The ancient Greeks considered Mount Olympus to be the home of their gods, while the Tibetans regard Mount Kailash as the center of the universe. Similarly, Mount Shasta is believed by some to be the home of hidden civilizations, especially those linked to the mystical lore of Lemuria. One of the most fascinating aspects of Mount Shasta's mystical reputation is its connection to the concept of Lemuria. Some theorists and spiritual seekers believe that survivors of the lost continent of Lemuria found refuge in the mountain. This theory suggests that the Lemurians, a highly evolved civilization, retreated to Mount Shasta after their homeland was destroyed by cataclysmic events. According to this belief, the Lemurians didn't vanish, but instead established a hidden underground city beneath the mountain, a place where they continue to live, preserved in time, with access to advanced knowledge and spiritual wisdom. It's said that those who are open to it can experience glimpses into this hidden world, either through meditation dreams, or even during physical visits to the mountain. Stories of encounters with beings from other realms or sightings of unexplained lights near the summit are common in these accounts. Many believe that these Lemurian survivors possessed knowledge of ancient technologies, advanced healing practices, and profound spiritual insights. The allure of Mount Shasta as a place of spiritual power and mystery continues to grow, drawing people who seek answers to life's greatest questions. In addition to the Lemurian connection, some people believe that Mount Shasta is also a hub for extraterrestrial activity. Reports of UFO sightings around the mountain are frequent, with some claiming that UFOs regularly appear near the summit or even land in the surrounding forests. These reports have added another layer to the mountain's enigmatic reputation, making it a focal point for UFO enthusiasts and believers in extraterrestrial life. The connection between Mount Shasta and UFO sightings has become so ingrained in popular culture that it is now one of the key reasons people visit the area. In the end, Mount Shasta stands as a symbol of mystery and power. Its unique energy and the legends that surround it continue to inspire wonder and curiosity. But is it truly a place of otherworldly significance? Or is it just a natural marvel that people have transformed into something greater? In the next part of this video, we'll explore the scientific perspective on Mount Shasta and whether there's any physical evidence to support these mystical claims. From a scientific standpoint, the idea of Lemuria is largely dismissed by geologists and most of the scientific community. Modern understanding of plate tectonics, the theory that Earth's outer shell is made up of large moving plates, has replaced older concepts like the idea of sunken continents, such as Lemuria. Instead, we now understand that continents drift over time, and that the Earth's land masses are constantly shifting. This process of continental drift explains how similar species could have been found in distant regions, rather than attributing it to a lost landmass like Lemuria. The concept of a sunken continent just doesn't fit within our current understanding of Earth's geological history. When it comes to Mount Shasta, while it is indeed a volcanic mountain, its formation is well understood. It was created through a series of volcanic eruptions over the past few million years. The mountain itself is part of the Cascade Range, a chain of volcanoes formed by the movement of tectonic plates and the subduction of oceanic crust beneath the North American plate. These geological processes have been studied extensively, and there is no evidence to suggest that Mount Shasta has anything to do with a lost continent such as Lemuria. In fact, the geological data about the mountain points to its relatively young age in terms of geological history, and its volcanic activity is typical of other mountains in the Cascade Range. However, while science may reject the idea of Lemuria, it does not discount the fascination that people have with the mountain and its supposed mystical significance. There is a clear distinction between the scientific perspective and the spiritual or mythological interpretations of Mount Shasta. The claims of hidden civilizations, portals to other worlds, or advanced spiritual knowledge are not supported by empirical evidence, yet they persist because they speak to a deeper human desire for mystery and wonder. The mountain itself is undoubtedly a majestic and awe-inspiring natural feature with its towering presence and its impressive geological history. For those looking for a scientific explanation, Mount Shasta's volcanic activity, its unique ecosystems, and its location near the Pacific Ring of Fire make it an interesting subject of study. But for those drawn to its mystical allure, the lack of scientific evidence does little to diminish its perceived spiritual significance. In fact, many people believe that the very lack of scientific explanation is part of what makes Mount Shasta so intriguing. The fact that there is no concrete evidence to prove or disprove the connection to Lemuria or extraterrestrial activity adds to its air of mystery, and this sense of the unknown is something that keeps visitors coming, whether they seek spiritual enlightenment, healing, or simply a connection to something greater. In essence, science offers us one version of the story rooted in facts, evidence, and logic, but the stories of Lemuria and Mount Shasta continue to thrive in the realm of myth, spirituality, and speculation, and for many that is enough. In the next section, we'll delve into why these beliefs are so persistent, and why people continue to make pilgrimages to Mount Shasta, despite the lack of scientific validation, as we explore the deeper human need for connection to the unknown. And the mysterious spirituality is a deeply personal experience, and for many it transcends the boundaries of what can be proven or disproven. Mount Shasta is not just a physical mountain, it is a symbol of something far greater, something beyond the scope of logic and scientific validation. People who are drawn to the mountain often speak of a sense of peace, of awakening, and even a profound spiritual transformation. They feel a connection to something ancient, something that goes beyond the surface of the physical world, and it is this connection that has made Mount Shasta a sacred site for many spiritual seekers. For some, the belief in the Lemuria and the idea that Mount Shasta may be the last remnant of this lost civilization is not about scientific proof. It's about intuition, about feeling that there's something beyond our understanding, that there are hidden truths about our existence that we have yet to discover. The Lemurian legend speaks to a longing for lost wisdom, a wisdom that is not just intellectual, but deeply spiritual. And many believe that Mount Shasta is a place where this wisdom is still accessible, whether through meditation, prayer, or simply spending time in the presence of the mountain. The mountain has become a powerful symbol for personal growth and self-discovery. Many people visit Mount Shasta seeking healing, not just physical but emotional and spiritual as well. Some believe that the mountain's energy can help clear negative energy, provide clarity, and promote inner peace for others. The allure of Mount Shasta is tied to the belief that it is a gateway to higher states of consciousness, to a deeper understanding of the self and the universe. What is fascinating is that regardless of one's specific spiritual or religious beliefs, there is a common thread among those who feel drawn to Mount Shasta, whether they believe in the mystical energy of the mountain, the ancient Lemurians, or extraterrestrial beings. There is a shared sense of wonder, of reverence, and of connection to something greater than the individual self. The mountain represents a space for exploration, for growth, and for awakening to new possibilities. Ultimately, spirituality is about what resonates with the individual, what brings meaning, peace, and a sense of connection. And for many, Mount Shasta offers just that. It's a place where personal beliefs are honored, where one can explore their own spiritual path without judgment. Whether or not you believe in the Lemuria, the mountain's power to inspire and transform is undeniable for those who choose to seek it. And that is where the true significance of Mount Shasta lies, in its ability to guide individuals to deeper parts of themselves and the universe. In conclusion, the connection between Mount Shasta and the Lemuria remains an intriguing blend of myth, mystery, and personal belief. While science may dismiss the idea of a lost continent beneath the mountain, it cannot ignore the powerful impact that this mountain has on people's spiritual journeys. Mount Shasta stands as a testament to the human desire to connect with something greater than ourselves. Whether through ancient legends, mystical energies, or personal transformations, the mountain continues to inspire awe and curiosity for those who believe in Lemuria. Mount Shasta is more than just a geological feature. It is the last vestige of a forgotten civilization, a place where the wisdom of the ages is still accessible for others. The mountain represents a source of spiritual power, healing, and personal awakening. And even if we do not fully understand the mysteries surrounding Mount Shasta, we can appreciate the sense of wonder it invokes in so many people. At the end of the day, what matters most is not whether Lemuria existed or whether Mount Shasta holds secret energies, but how these stories and experiences shape our lives, whether it's through a sense of connection to nature, a journey towards self-discovery, or a deepening of our spiritual beliefs. The mountain offers something valuable to those who seek it. It invites us to explore the unknown, to open our minds to possibilities beyond the scientific, and to tap into a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. So whether you see Mount Shasta as a place of mystery, a sacred site, or simply a beautiful natural wonder, its significance is undeniable. It is a place where many find clarity, healing, and inspiration, and perhaps that in itself is the greatest lesson of all. The true power of Mount Shasta lies not in any concrete proof of its mystical qualities, but in the way it touches the hearts and minds of those who journey to it. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the mysteries of Mount Shasta and the legend of Lemuria. Whether you're a skeptic, a believer, or somewhere in between, I hope this video has sparked curiosity and opened up new ways of thinking about this incredible mountain and the stories surrounding it. As we explored, we saw that Mount Shasta is much more than just a geographical feature. It's a place that holds deep spiritual significance, for many a place that invites personal reflection, healing, and transformation. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated with more content, exploring fascinating topics from both a scientific and spiritual perspective. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Mount Shasta and the Lemurian connection. Do you believe in the myths, or do you see it as just another mountain? Let me know in the comments below. Once again, thank you for watching, and remember to keep seeking, keep questioning, and always stay curious. Until next time, take care, and keep exploring. Whether you're a believer in ancient civilizations or a seeker of spiritual truths, Mount Shasta invites us to question what we know and feel what we can't explain. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more journeys into the unknown. Until next time, stay curious, stay open, and keep exploring the mysteries of our world.